Hello, I'm Jeff Sawyer with Bike Tech Tips for straightening a bent derailleur hanger. If you've already tried adjusting your derailleur, you've used both limit screws high and low, you've used the barrel adjuster right here, and you've also adjusted the body B screw, you may have a bent derailleur. So we're going to use a couple of tools for that today. A 5mm Allen wrench to actually break loose and remove the derailleur from the derailleur hanger. There's a fixing bolt. I'm going to use a 4mm Allen wrench to check the distance is not different, greater or less, in at least 3 different points on the wheel. And I'm going to use the Park Tool derailleur hanger alignment gauge, which looks like this. On that gauge, there's a slide adjustment. As you spin it, the distance is going to change, so you'll need to move this up and down in order to match it up against your wheel. On this pin that you're going to touch against the rim, there's a rubber ring, so once it's actually touching your rim, you can put that rubber ring into place so you can keep the correct distance through all of your adjustments, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So we're going to go ahead and remove the derailleur using the 5mm Allen wrench, and I like to take some pressure off of this B screw adjustment bolt. So I'm going to raise that up a little bit to remove the pressure while I unscrew the fixing bolt. Once this actually comes loose, I'm going to let the entire derailleur just hang down, and it can just kind of hang out there until we're done and we're ready to put it back together. So that's going to hang there. You can see we have the threads where the fixing bolt held the derailleur to the derailleur hanger, and we have the same threads in the back of the derailleur hanger alignment gauge. Make sure that we get those squarely in there. You do not want to have it cross-threaded, then we'll have another project trying to fix that. So make sure that those go nice and easy all the way in. You only need to tighten this up hand snug. Don't overdo it. So now that's in place. We're going to go ahead and use this knob to adjust the slide up and down. When we have it right up against the wheel, we'll push the pin up against the wheel, tighten down the knob, and we'll move that rubber ring into place so we know what the same distance is no matter where we move it. We're going to check another point on the wheel, so I'll loosen the knob and line that up with the rim, and we'll make sure that we're still adjusted with the rubber ring. And if you can see, there's almost no distance, very close to the exact same, less than 1 millimeter for sure. So we're going to check one more point on the wheel. So I'm going to loosen the knob again, move the slide up closer to the rim, tighten that down, make sure that our rubber ring is all the way against the tool, and it looks like I have about a 2 millimeter gap. One way to check that is I keep a 4mm Allen wrench so I can make sure the gap is not bigger than 4 millimeters. If you're really particular and you want to fix that 2 millimeters, I'm going to bring it back down here, and we're going to give a little push to the tool. It's not very much. I'm going to put pressure on the bottom toward the area that had a 4mm difference or a 2mm difference, and we're just going to give it a little push. Then when we're done, we can come back up here and check again. It's going to be a very small movement, and now I have 0 to maybe less than 1 millimeter up there. You're going to make very small adjustments. You don't want to wrench on it very hard. Sitting right on it there, and we're touching here. So in 3 different places I have less than 1 millimeter difference. You can check all the way around the wheel if you like. That's enough for me. So once we have it in place and we're happy with that, we're going to simply unscrew the derailleur hanger alignment gauge and replace the derailleur by screwing that same bolt back into the frame. That's all for today. Thanks for visiting Shop Tech Tips.